Here I have a data set that's already been placed into Excel and it's ready to graph. One thing that I want to point out is that in A1 I have the label coffee concentration. This is the variable that I changed or manipulated. So this is my independent variable. That independent variable needs to be plotted on the x-axis. So whatever your independent variable is, make sure that you put all of those into column A. In column B, I have growth rate. Growth rate is my dependent variable. It is what I measured or observed. Make sure that you put your dependent variable into column B so that your dependent variable will be plotted on the y-axis. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight A1 through B5. Notice that the only letters I have are on my data labels, A1 and B1. All of my numerical data right here has no letters. That's important. If you have issues with graphing, many times it's because you have letters in cells that should only have numbers. Now I'm going to come up to Insert. Once I click Insert, I have a series of graphs and charts that I could make. I always think it's worth your time to click on Recommended Charts because this line graph looks like a great chart that I would want to use because it shows continuous data on the x-axis, and because my coffee concentration went from 0 to 100, a line graph is a good choice for me here. So this is one thing that I could click on. However, I'm going to show you another way that you could also create a line graph. Under Insert again, we're going to come here to our scatter plots. Sometimes students go to line graphs when they want to make line graphs, but actually we really want to go to scatter plots. I'm going to come and hover over these various lines, and I'm going to choose a scatter plot with straight lines and markers, just like the graph that was recommended to me. Now I'm ready to put the finishing touches on my graph. One thing that I know every graph should have are axes titles. So I'm going to click on Chart Elements and make sure that I have axes titles chosen. The other thing is I'm going to get rid of the chart title because I know college level writing says that figures should not have titles, instead they should have descriptive captions. So right now I see that my y-axis title is highlighted. So I can either click in the box or I can click up here by the FX key and I can type in my x-axis data label. This is my dependent variable, which is growth rate, and I want to make sure that I put in my units of measurement. For my x-axis, I want to put in coffee concentration. My unit of measurement is percent because those are percent solutions. But what I want to show you here is that, remember, I need figure captions. One easy way to put figure captions onto an Excel graph is to just click Return, and then underneath my x-axis I can put in figure 1 because it's my first figure, and I'm going to write the caption, the relationship between coffee concentration and growth rate. So I have my independent and dependent variables there, but remember I always need to have my organism that I'm studying, and this investigation was looking at the growth rate in radishes, so I'm going to include that organism as well. So there's my graph. This has everything I need. It has my units of measurement on my x-axis, and it also has a nice figure caption.